What's up guys, NepentheZ here and welcome back to another episode of The Road to Glory. Today, we're going to have me featuring some gameplay from getting towards the Parolo SBC and the FUT-Swaps SBC, the Parolo Weekly Objective and the FUT-Swaps Weekly Objective. And then we've got another FUT-Swaps player there. In the meantime, to start today's episode, guys, we have got the UCL upgrade packs and the UEFA marquee matchups. Now, I've done the marquee matchups. But actually, against my better judgment, I could sell my players here that I'm using for like lots of coins. I could easily make like 15, 20,000 coins here. But I'm not going to. We're going to use some untradables here, but we've got Lenglet, tradable, Nano untradable, Le Marchand, untradable Denis Suarez, because I needed a Barcelona player, untradable English City players there. Couple more tradables and untradables, and they are all going to go. And we're going to get ourselves a premium gold players pack for that, which we're going to open in just a second. And then Ajax versus Bayern, a relatively easy squad. We've got a lot of low-end and untradables around in here. So Plattenhart and Bibu untradable. I think we've got an untradable striker as well. Yeah, Finn Bogerson untradable as well there. Very, very simple. 3 Ajax or Bayern players, 6 Eredivisie or Bundesliga players minimum, 4 rares, 78 rated. And that gets us 2 quite good packs. And then, of course, the 3-player upgrade pack, which last time we got that, we opened it and we got... Hugo Lloris out of that, tradable. So we got a walkout out of that. So what I've done, by the way, just so we know, I'm not going to do this Laporte card. He would be nice for my French squad, right? His reactions are good, his defensive stats are good, his strength is good. However, his pace is terrible, his stamina is terrible, his work rates aren't ideal, he's not exactly super tall. It just, for me personally, I know a lot of people like the look of this card. For me personally, this isn't one that I'm interested in, right? So Laporte is currently coming in at about 60,000 coins. I don't know. I don't want to spend 60,000 coins on this card. If he was 40,000 coins, or if he offered a pack as a reward as well as the item, then I would be saying, yeah, let's get him. Let's pop him in our French squad. We'll go from there. We've got a few days to still change our minds and decide, though. So let you guys let me know what you think, if I should get him or not for a French squad for this weekend league. I can't imagine it'll be good. And then they've also released Lorenzo Insigne. This card is a rip-off. It's coming in at about 350,000 coins. It's good, it's not great. You know, a little low on finishing and shot power. Reactions and composure are decent. Stamina is alright. It's not great, it's not bad. Strength and aggression are terrible. He's only got 3-star weak foot. You know, he's 5'4". He's just so small, so weak. For 350,000 coins, you look at that and you think, well, if they give really good pack rewards, maybe so. But no, we get a rare gold pack, one of the worst packs in the game. A mega pack, not a bad pack. A prime gold players pack, not a great pack, but not a terrible pack. And then a jumbo premium gold players pack, horrific pack. For an 86 rated squad with 2 informs, honestly, just horrific. Like, for me personally, Insigne is a rip-off. What I've done here today, before we get into some gameplay, guys, is we have got 3 UCL 2-player packs. If we pack a walkout out of one of the 3 UCL 2-player packs, I will just dump my whole team again. We'll just go nuts on those. We get a premium gold players pack to start with, guys. Obviously, any Spurs or Barcelona players would be very welcome because they're selling for high. They're a hot commodity right now. We get Valbuena there, though not ideal. But yeah, so basically, if we get something good out of these these UCL upgrade packs, we'll do plenty more. We get Lasagna. Not right. Nothing there really is super helpful to us in terms of selling, so we'll dump those into the club. And then a prime gold players pack. Is it my turn to pack an icon, EA? It might be. It's not. We don't even get a. I don't even get a board. Wow. So that's a premium gold pack and a gold pack. And we don't even get a prime gold pack. We get Belotti. I already have Belotti. He might be selling for a little more than normal due to the objectives. We also get Wijnaldum, not selling. No Spurs players there. Belotti is not selling, is he? He's not. We're going to send these guys to the trade pile, though, because if I do gut the club for some UCL players, I'll drag them back into the club afterwards. And that leaves us with 3 UCL 2-player packs and then the 3 UCL player packs. So can we get 1 walkout? I don't necessarily expect a walkout from 3, but it's going to come down to... Is that Kyle Walker? Oh, it's Trippier. I thought we'd just got 85 Kyle Walker. That would have been amazing. I've been fully baited there. Kieran Trippier, I mean, it's not terrible, a 10k card, but I have been fully baited. We get Horao there as well. Oh, if that was Kyle Walker, that would have been amazing. UCL 2-player pack number 2, guys. Here we go. Do we get a walkout on this one? No walkout on pack number 2. We get the board, though, which is good because it means it's bigger than the common card. Brazil, right wing. Malcolm again. Malcolm. Now, hey, Barcelona player. 84 rated. Not a terrible card. To be fair. Nice and high rated. 4-star, 4-star. Well-rounded. A little low on stamina again. Low on reactions and composure. Good shot, power, and long shots. A little low on finishing and positioning. It's an 84 rated Barcelona Brazilian card. Not going to complain about that. UCL 2-player pack number 3. No walkout in this one. So I don't think I'm going to waste too many resources on these packs. I might still do some. We're going to get the Dortmund left back Guerrero, isn't it? Yeah. I think I might already have him in the club. I've got to start getting rid of some of these if I've got this guy in the club already. I haven't. I've already used him. Thank God for that. Yeah. Basically, dudes, I might do like 3 or 4 an episode for a couple of days and just build those up. But generally speaking, as we don't get a walkout again, I'm not going to waste too many resources. There's not really much that can improve my club. That's going to be a terrible one as well, isn't it? It's Facer. So we don't actually get anything good out of any of those packs. Maybe for tomorrow's episode, we'll start with 3 more 2-player upgrade packs. Who knows? Politiano, not worth much. Ceballos, not worth much. And Facer, not worth much. So there you go, guys. We made about 5 or 6k out of that pack. But for now, guys, we're going to get into some gameplay and talk about all things FIFA. I will be right back. All right, guys. So as we go into the gameplay, we've actually got a couple of SBCs first. The top performers SBC and the other SBC. I didn't do these ones live. But what I want to do before I get into comments for today is I actually want to talk about your opinion on what EA could do different by way of weekly objectives. So bottom line is I'm struggling, as I did with Jonathan Tah, I'm struggling hard to get this Parolo card. I could make it easier on myself. I could relegate myself down some divisions, get some easier wins, and then push my way back up. But if I can't get back up to Division 2 before the week resets, I'm going to essentially be in a lower division for a week and pass up on some better rewards. Not, you know, theoretically so. That's not always the case, but theoretically, you know, I want to be in the best division that I can be in. So I could make it a bit easier on myself. But it's so difficult, and somebody on Reddit actually hit this nail on the head, is that EA shouldn't really do this kind of thing on a game mode that has draws. And actually, from my gameplay that I've got today, I didn't include about 4 games, 3 of which resulted in draws and 1 of which I lost. Because it was just kind of pointless. Like, they were just nothing games. 1 game finished 1-1. I didn't score with my Italian player. It was nothing exciting, no good goal or anything like that. But it is interesting because you could essentially draw 10 games in a row and score in 10 games with your Italian player and be not even a single part closer to completing the objective. And because skill in FUT Rivals is relative, it's going to be difficult for anybody. Whether you're in Division 5, Division 3, Division 1, Division 10, you're playing against players of your own skill set, which means it's going to be extremely difficult for everyone. So you could argue, and my thought process behind this, I quickly debunked myself. You could argue that EA could say win or draw in FUT Rivals and score with an Italian player, but then you know what will happen. People will go in with team names called 5-5 Italian goals, and you would score 5, your opponent would score 5, you'd both score with your Italian player, and then both of you would get 1 extra point towards the objective being complete. And that's not what EA want. We saw that a lot last year. Or alternatively, they could do just score goals with Italian players, but then once again, you'll just go in with a full Italian team called Italian goals. You'd match up against somebody else, or not, but it'd just be easier. But, you know, the community can manipulate it. So what EA did is they put the win threshold as a way to force people to actually play for the objective rather than help each other for the objective, right? And that as in a game that has draws, in a game mode that has draws, that can make it take an extreme number of games to get the objective complete. And I don't know what EA could do to make it different, because I like the Parolo card. I think the weekly objective is cool. I think it's good that it's encouraging people to use teams and players that they wouldn't normally use. Like, look at me, for example. I've got a team that I wouldn't normally use. I'm playing with formations I wouldn't normally use. And I like that aspect of it. What I don't like is that after about 15 games that I've played, I've only completed 4 out of the 8 wins. I got 4 wins scoring with Italian players. I got 4 losses from my 15 games. In some I scored with Italian players and in some I didn't. And I have seven draws, there or thereabouts, 7 draws, where I did and sometimes didn't score with an Italian player. And those 7 draws, yeah, okay, they're good for rivals points, getting up to rank 1 in Division 2, which I will finish in easy this week. But generally speaking, it's tough. So I ask you guys, this isn't me here bashing EA or you know, being pro EA or anti EA. I'm literally just asking the question: what would you do to make this objective still challenging, still fun and rewarding, but not the most obscure grind in the history of the world? Because I think that's the problem. I'm down for grindy objectives. I love grindy objectives. I love having to work towards things a lot. But as I say, this one is just it's one of those objectives where, because you're playing at your high skill level, whatever division you're in, whether that's Division 4, Division 6, Division 2, you're playing at a skill level that is your peak. You're essentially playing the most difficult game of your life every single time you go into Rivals. So to then try and complete an objective is definitely really, really, really difficult. You know, that's like to say in FUT Champs you get 30 games. That's like to say, you know, maybe they put an objective: score 3 or more goals in 15 FUT Champs games. Right? Now that is an objective that is going to be impossible for some people if you've got a rage quits. Let's say you scored 3 in 14 out of the 15 and you've got 1 game left and you go 2-0 up and the guy rage quits. You now can't complete that objective. I'm not saying that people can't complete the objective with the Italian players. I'm just saying it's just extreme. It's extreme. So I ask you guys, what is your opinion on what EA could do to make it more rewarding and more enjoyable on the grind, rather than stressy and tense and to the point where I'm seeing a lot of people say, I'm not even going for it. I can't even be bothered. With that being said as well, obviously I'm at quite a high elo. I'm at like 2,300 points skill rating. I went down to about 21. I went down to, about 2175. I'm back up at almost 2,300 again. So I am bouncing heavily between 21 and 2,300. And I can notice quite comfortably when I get down to like 2,150, 2,190 kind of skill rating, it is a noticeable decrease in player skill level at that range. When I get back up to like the 2,300 mark or even higher, it is a notable increase. Where in fact the final game that I played today, which isn't in today's video, I went. The guy was called Casanova Like. That was his like PSN ID. He was an incredible player. He actually beat me 2-1 in the 90th minute. I should have put the game. I'll put the game in. I will put the game in at the end. So I'll talk on a little bit more at the end. I'll put the game in. He beat me 2-1 in the 90th minute. It was a good game. He outplayed me. He deserved the win 100%. And I googled his name afterwards because like this guy is like top quality. And when I googled his name, he has a FUTWiz FUT Champions monthly leaderboard thing. Now, a lot of people can get these, and it doesn't mean anything, because if you play 5 games when FUT Champs first immediately opens, you will just be in the top 100, right? So you'll get FUTWiz registered. That doesn't mean anything. This guy hasn't finished top 100 in FIFA 19 at all, but in FIFA 18, and specifically FIFA 17, not only was he top 100 player, he was the best in the world at one stage. August in FIFA 17, he finished first in the world. July in FIFA 17, he finished second in the world. And then in his FIFA 18 ranks, even in May FIFA 18, a few months before the game finished, he finished 86th in the world. December, he finished 61st in the world. So he was a genuine top 100 caliber player. And to bring back around to the point, it's crazy how, for me personally, the difference of about 100 ELO points going from 23 down to around 2200 is honestly the difference between me absolutely obliterating someone and making them rage quit at half time, or playing someone that's top 100 level and giving me the game of my life. And when you're also trying to do that for an objective, it just isn't fun. That's what I would say. It just isn't fun. But anyway, some comments. Manan says, who else is afraid of the fact that Nepo might one day say his last ever, I'm out, peace? Hey man, you never know, you know. It's a weird one. A lot of people are asking me in Road to Glories to speak more on real life stuff and less on FIFA related stuff. I hate the feeling of being self-obsessed. I hate the feeling of just being narcissistic. And so when I start to talk about things like my career or how YouTube goes or Twitch or revenue or my length or my success here, I always just feel like it's just an ego boost, and that's not what I want to talk about. That's not what I want. But what's really interesting, what this comment kind of like brings to my mind, is that and I've talked about this in detail deeply before as well, specifically on stream. I'm in a position where, you know, I'm considerably older than most people in the community. You know, I'm 34 years old. I'm in a competitive industry. Forget FIFA, just YouTube and social media in general is super competitive. And forget about what you say, who else is afraid of the fact that I might one day say I'm out, peace, for the last time. My fear is that you might watch me for the last time and never return. And obviously views drive the social media industry, so I'm always wanting to get more views. You know, it's a game in some regards, like for me to try and get more views. And I understand that I'm in a position where the older I get, the less relevant I will be to the younger audience. And of course, just because of how I'm super fortunate that it's not this impactful in FIFA, but in terms of staying competitive as a FIFA player, I know I'm not top 100, but in terms of staying competitive as a FIFA player, the older you get, the harder it becomes. And now there are some outliers. There are some anomalies that I see on Reddit and on forums and in streams sometimes. And maybe, hey, answer this in the comment section. There are some instances of like 40-year-olds and 50-year-olds and higher still getting elite in FUT champs and doing great things. So, you know, I think a lot of FUT champs comes down to muscle memory and understanding the game mechanics, whereas other competitive games like COD or League of Legends is really heavily based around reactions and skill set rather than abusing game mechanics. And how crazy is that? But yeah, I genuinely get concerned sometimes. I sit here and I think, man, what if these people are just like, why am I watching this guy? Why? Like, what does he bring to the table? And so for me, it's always a worry, you know, and there's actually a comment about me, how I'm playing and stuff that we'll get to hopefully in a second, that is talking about how competitive I get in game. And the reason why I fight so hard and the reason why I get so stressed and sometimes really frustrated and flustered and angry at this game is because every game I go into, and this is going to sound so crazy to you guys, but unless you're in my shoes and in my situation, you just can't understand. I'm sure you'll be able to relate it to a scenario in your own life, but in this specific situation, you just can't understand unless you're in my shoes. But every single game I'm playing, I'm fighting for my career. And that sounds super, super serious and a little bit too heavy and a little bit too deep. But it is. When I go into FUT champs on the weekend league, now, if people say it doesn't matter to me if you get gold 2, gold 3 or elite 1 or top 100, it's not going to change anything. And to a large degree, you are right. But if I started getting gold 3 every week or silver 1 every week, I'd get far less good player picks. I'd get far less good rewards. The gameplay would be horrendous to watch because I'd be losing more than I'd be winning. And it would send a lot of people away from the channel. And what that would have is it would have a negative snowball effect to the channel, because the way YouTube works with like recommended videos and search engine optimization and stuff is like if I get like say 30,000 people watching the first hour, YouTube could potentially take that video and say, hey, this video is doing well, we're going to put it in good recommended videos. So when then you start that, you may watch another content creator, let's say you're watching A9 Skills, my video might be in recommended because it's had a good first hour. And so what I get there is I get another day or two of good viewership, new people, new faces to the channel, or the video getting into the face of people that might not have watched it, knew who I was, and were like, oh, yeah, yo, look at this video. He got a good red player pick. It's in my recommended. Let me go and see what he got. Let me go and watch the video. But if I didn't get that 30,000 views in the first hour because I didn't get Elite 2 or I didn't get Elite 3 or I didn't get Division 1 or Division 2 rewards, if that was only 15,000 views or 12,000 views in the first hour, YouTube might not push it as heavily, so I might not get those extra views and that extra kind of audience, those extra eyes on my channel, and it would have a decline on my channel where my channel would start snowballing negatively to the point where I don't know if I'd, you know, would it be worth even uploading videos? And hey, we're nowhere near that or anything like that. So, but that's what I'm at in terms of my mindset. Every time I step into the weekend league, every time I step into a rivals game, every time I go to complete an objective, it's always a little bit deeper than just playing a game of FIFA. And that might have a negative impact. You know, it might have been a case where it's like, hey, just don't even worry about it because you're not even going to get rewards or anything, and just play. Maybe it would be better for me. Even to the example of, I was 17-1 on my main account on Foot Champs this weekend, right? 17-1 is sick. I was playing great FIFA. I came up against a really good team in game 19, and I was 2-1 up at halftime. And I wasn't controlling the game. That's totally unfair to say. But I was creating a lot of opportunities, and I felt comfortable at 2-1 up. At halftime, I was streaming the game. Some people in my chat were saying, you're playing P Money. You guys know who P Money is. I love P Money. Love his music. Like, I interact with him a lot on Twitter. We actually played against each other in one of the Sidemen charity matches at Wembley. Like, he's just a good dude. And when people told me that I was playing against P Money, now I've got this insane pressure that I've just put on myself out of nowhere. And I ended up losing the game 3-2. And he might have beat me anyway. He had a great team with icons. He was a strong player. And it was just one of those ones, though, where I was like, at halftime, I'm feeling comfortable, I'm feeling good, I'm just enjoying FIFA. I'm playing on an account where it just doesn't matter if I win or lose. And then as soon as I realise, oh, damn, I'm playing against someone, A, that I know, B, that the chat knows, and C, that is super famous, now I'm under pressure. And it cost me a game. And then I stopped there. I said to people on the stream, I'm going to stop when I lose the next game. So I finished at 17-2. I then carried on playing off stream. Tobias was like, why don't you try the 4-1-2-on-2? Because that's what he uses. I don't really like it or whatever. I ended up going from 17-2 to 23-3. Now, 23-3 is great. And the reason why I got to 23-3 so comfortably, if I won my last 4 games, I would have got Elite 1. I almost definitely would have got Elite 2. But I stopped playing there because it was like 5:45 in the morning. I went and got my son because he woke up early, so I took him off my partner for the first hour of the morning so that she could sleep in. And I was sitting there thinking, like, why have I done so well on this account? Okay, granted, it's a much better team, but it's because I was playing carefree. The rewards from that account mean nothing to me because it's a pay-to-win account. I don't even upload those rewards on video, so it's not like it mattered for content. And I just got to play the game for being a fan of playing the game. And it was an absolute, like, open my eyes. And so in the sense of, you know, on the road to glory, I just... And again, you guys, some people will just see it as an excuse, and some people will see it, like, understand where I'm coming from, and some people just won't be able to understand and won't see it as an excuse either. But there is so much pressure on me for performing well on this road to glory for so many different reasons that it makes me... Look at that. That's after the patch, by the way, guys, that time finesse there. It makes me... it just makes me... It makes me just make bad decisions and bad choices, whether I'm playing games, that even to the point where in videos we do things. One day I'm like, I'm not doing that SBC. Then some people in the chat are like, oh, do it, it's really good SBC. I'm like, holy crap, like, what if I don't do this SBC? What if I do this SBC and I pack an icon out of the reward pack and that video blows up and my channel goes supersonic? Like all these things start going on in my head, and all I can think about as we get into this final game now, I don't know how long I've got to speak now because this final game is going to be the last game and I haven't edited into the video. I'm going to edit it in afterwards. All I can think about is a few things. Number one, I'm so fortunate to be in this position. I'm so grateful to be in this position. I work my butt off to make sure I know the most or as much as anyone else, and that my gameplay is as good as it can be, so that I can continually give you guys quality content, or at least the best that I can give you in terms of content. So that's one thing that I know I'm fortunate, and I do try my best. But the other thing is that there are a lot of dudes out there fighting for views and doing better than me, understand the game better than me, can play better than me, get RTGs that are better than me. And that is a constant fear. Even like when I talk to other content creators, they're like, dude, relax. You get hundreds of thousands of views. You've got millions of subscribers. You are a commodity in the community. And I appreciate when those guys tell me that, and it makes me feel good, and it makes me feel valued in this community for sure. But on the flip side, it is a pressure 24/7 at all times that I'm just so worried that I'm going to make a wrong choice, and it's going to cause everything I've worked for to just start crumbling away. So yeah, I didn't really know we were going to go down that route, Manan, for your comment. I had loads of other comments that I wanted to talk about, but I guess we're not going to today. We'll have to do that for another video. But I appreciate you guys a lot, bottom line is, and I thank you guys for giving me and my family a great life, because you guys have changed my life and my family's life like you couldn't even believe or imagine. And it's all down to you guys showing up every day, watching, clicking that thumbs up button, and just being a beast. But this is going to be the end of the video for today, guys. If you did enjoy it, be sure to leave a like, rating, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. But for now, guys, I'm out. Peace.